your life is not supposed to be on, right? So, so when you have these dreams and ambitions, if they're not about God's agenda, if they're not really glorifying Him, then it becomes a tug of war. It shouldn't, because if your relationship with God is the way it's supposed to be, like you're walking in your purpose.
Get him in and let God handle the rest. Sounds good, but doesn't feel good.
You know what I'm saying? So for the person that's just doing it, that really have no concept of connection with God, then it's all about making a dream a reality. That's all it is. But for the person who's doing that, and it as a Christian, it's more so, let me make sure that I'm aligned with the Father first and foremost, and in doing so, He's going to facilitate, you know what I'm saying, if that's what He wants for me, what needs to be done.
It's my story. It's the truth, man. I'm sticking with it.
If someone had asked me if I would be doing what I'm doing now when I was in college, yeah, I would look at them like they're crazy, because in college I was very focused on sports, and so when backup plan became primary, and I had to work at an engineering office with a shirt and tie, and I was sitting in there looking like, watching the clock, like, yo, it felt miserable, right? Yeah, the money was good, and yeah, I had a degree, I'm in it, but I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't happy with it. Having some very Haitian parents, accept and believe that, that you're going to put away a degree in engineering to go be an artist, it's like, lost your mind, right? Your purpose in life is bigger than your bank account, right? And what you, and the mark that you leave, right? And what you are wired to do is more important than fulfilling, like, your parents' dream of what they want you to do. It was one of those things that after tragic incident that happened, I just started writing. I think at that particular point, it really hit me that that what I was doing, that what I was inspired to do, is bigger than me, and that my pain, it wasn't really for me. And yeah, it sucks that I had to go through the process, but then just as the writing was a healing process for me, it's also healing for other people who probably are going through or went through something similar. The labor of it is extremely difficult, and it has so many intricate parts to it as well. If you had a baby, it's almost like you give birth. So you got this thing that started as a seed, as a thought, and it manifests itself into this project that blooms. Because I think in the process of doing a production, all the time, what I intentionally find an opportunity, whether it's one of the actors, the poets. I'm constantly finding a way to pour into their lives on a different level outside of the production. You know what I'm saying? Just to see where they are, spiritually, and just like, just in general as an individual.
Yo, I feel good. Thank you, cuz.
Well, you know what? Make your life better by accepting Jesus Christ as your personal Savior.
He is a man of passion, a man of integrity. First, he's not ashamed of the gospel. I'm definitely one to represent Romans 1:16, being unashamed of the gospel. He leads with his heart, but he's directed by his head with the influence of Christ in his life.
But he mentored me. I got a little brother. There's so many of us. Without him, our life would be different. I could honestly say that, because there are things that he embedded in us, like, yo, don't talk to this girl, or this is how you're supposed to do this. This is how you're supposed to talk to a certain people. This is all these little things. Hey man, why you not going to class? Hey man, are you studying? Hey man, are you praying? Hey, I got this book for you. Are you gonna read it? Like things like that.
Sometimes it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you have individuals who are part of the process, and if they don't really believe in your vision, or if they don't really see what you see, if they're not as passionate as you about what you're doing, it can make the process more difficult than it has to be. You know what I'm saying? So and during those rough days, you know, I still had you know, family, and you know, still doubting you, like, look what you're doing. It's not producing this and that. You know, not understanding that, you know, especially the arts is not something that's lucrative, you know, business, unless you do, you know, you already in, and you know particular person or whatever, and they put you on with the resources, um, the it's just the frustration that comes with putting on any kind of production. I mean, it's the beauty in it, but it's also frustrating. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful struggle, like one of the rappers said back in the days. And after doing that for a certain amount of time, it just got to the point where I was like, look, God, you know, I felt like I've been holding you, it's in my end of the bargain, you know, and I'm like, yo, I've been praying, what's up, man, you know, when you open the door, you know, especially at that particular time, I just got married. I'm like, no, it's not just me. I was all right with just sleeping on the couch, somebody's couch or something. I'm like, now I gotta feed a family, man, like, you know, and so, and it became rough, and I was like, man, then maybe this is, I've had my run, I tried, you know, then maybe this is not what you wanted me to do, and so I'm gonna keep it moving. You know, I put so much time and effort and energy into helping somebody else carry out their vision, which is what I'm still doing up until now, you know, and I'm hoping to reverse that process at some point. But yeah, it's like, you know, by the time you get home, and especially, you know, if you have a family, you're married, or you have kids, you know, you have other responsibilities. By the time everything's settled down, you're tired. You know what I'm saying? And it's and you have to sacrifice, you know, sleeping 2, 3, 4 hours, you know, at night, if you're to be able to put any kind of dent into anything that you really want to do. So unless you got a flexible job where you get off early, but if you have a 9 to 5, like by the time you get home, it's late and you're tired, and it becomes difficult to actually give your best.
I've seen him struggle. It's really hard, and especially when people that you may think would support does not support. You have to really know exactly what it is that God is calling you to do, and just do it. And that's exactly what he did. To keep him encouraged, I just, you know, if he needs to pray, I'll pray with him. Or if he comes home and he feels like the world is on, you know, he's carrying the world on his shoulders, I'll just talk to him.
Now, it would be nice, you know, that he opened doors where I could do this, you know, full time, you know, be able to pay for the fam and be a comfortable livelihood. I mean, that'd be, you know, that's the ultimate dream for me. You know what I'm saying? But if that's not what he wants, then I'm also at peace with that too.